Welcome to Learn English Through Stories. In today's video, we'll follow the heartwarming journey of Emma and Liam, two people who find love in the small town of Maplewood. As Emma adjusts to her new life, she meets Liam and their friendship slowly turns into something deeper. This story is full of simple yet beautiful moments that will help you improve your English while experiencing a touching romance. Let's dive in and learn together. It was a bright, sunny morning when Emma first met Liam. Emma had just moved to the small town of Maplewood. She was excited and a little nervous. She didn't know anyone there, and everything was new to her. She had left the big city to start a new life, hoping to find peace and maybe even make new friends. She walked down the quiet street, holding her cup of coffee, looking at the old buildings and beautiful trees. The town felt calm and welcoming. Emma smiled to herself. She loved the fresh air and the sound of birds singing. As she walked, she noticed a small bookstore. The sign said Maplewood Books. Emma loved reading, so she decided to go inside. The bell above the door rang when she opened it. The smell of fresh paper and old books filled the air. Behind the counter stood a young man with messy brown hair and bright blue eyes. He was tall, with a friendly smile. He looked up when Emma entered. "Hi, welcome to Maplewood Books. Can I help you find something?" he asked. Emma smiled. "Just looking around, thanks. I'm new to town." "Really? That's great. I'm Liam, by the way," he said, stepping out from behind the counter and offering his hand. "I'm Emma. I just moved here," she replied, shaking his hand. "It's nice to meet you." Liam nodded. "Welcome to Maplewood. I hope you like it here. The town is small, but it has a lot of charm." Emma felt comfortable with him. He was kind and seemed easy to talk to. "I'm sure I'll like it. It's so peaceful compared to the city." Liam laughed softly. "Yeah, it's definitely quiet here. Not much happens, but that's part of the charm." They talked for a little while about the town, and Liam recommended a few books he thought Emma might like. She picked up a book by a famous author she had always wanted to read. "How long have you worked here?" Emma asked, holding up the book. "About 2 years," Liam said. "I love books, so it's the perfect job for me." Emma smiled. "That's awesome. I've always loved reading too. I can spend hours in a bookstore." Liam grinned. "I know the feeling. Books have a way of making time disappear." They continued talking for a while, and Emma realized how easy it was to talk to him. There was something about Liam that made her feel at home. She liked his warm smile and the way he listened to her. It was the first time in a long time that she felt a spark with someone. After a while, Emma looked at the clock on the wall. "Oh no, I didn't realize how much time had passed. I should probably get going." Liam nodded. "Of course. I hope you come back soon, Emma. It was really nice talking to you." Emma smiled. "I will. I'll definitely be back for more books." As Emma left the store, she felt something she hadn't felt in a long time. Excitement. She didn't know what it was, but something about Liam made her heart race. She couldn't wait to see him again. That afternoon, as she walked through the town, she couldn't stop thinking about their conversation. Maybe it was just a friendly chat, she thought, but she couldn't ignore the feeling that there was something special about Liam. Maybe it was just the beginning of something new. As the sun started to set, Emma found herself hoping that tomorrow would bring another chance to see him. She didn't know it yet, but this small meeting would change everything. The next few days in Maplewood were full of new experiences for Emma. She spent her time exploring the town, visiting local cafes, and enjoying the peaceful atmosphere. But no matter where she went, her thoughts always seemed to return to Liam. There was something about him that kept her intrigued. She returned to Maplewood Books a few days later. She had finished reading the book Liam had recommended and was eager to pick out a new one. As she stepped inside, the familiar bell above the door rang, and there he was, standing behind the counter with a warm smile. "Hey, Emma, back for more?" Liam asked, his voice cheerful. Emma smiled, feeling a little nervous but excited to see him again. Yes, I finished the book you gave me. It was amazing. Do you have any other recommendations? Of course. I've got a few new arrivals I think you'll like, Liam said, walking over to the shelves. He handed her a book with a beautiful cover. This one's a mystery, but with a twist. It's perfect if you like stories with surprises. Emma took the book from him and looked at the cover. It looks interesting. I think I'll try this one. Liam leaned against the counter, looking at her with a warm smile. I'm glad you're enjoying the books. It's always nice to meet someone who loves reading as much as I do. Emma felt her cheeks blush slightly. She wasn't used to receiving compliments, but something about Liam made her feel comfortable. I think reading is a great way to escape, she said, her voice a little softer. It helps me forget about everything for a while. Liam nodded, his eyes thoughtful. I know what you mean. Books can take you to places you've never been, make you feel things you've never felt. There was a moment of silence between them, a quiet connection that neither of them spoke about, but both felt. Emma looked down at the book in her hands, not sure what to say next. You know, Liam said, breaking the silence, there's a little cafe across the street that makes the best hot chocolate. If you're ever in the mood for a break from books, I'd love to take you there sometime. Emma's heart skipped a beat. She hadn't expected him to ask her out. She felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. I'd like that, she said, her voice soft but confident. That sounds nice. Liam smiled, his blue eyes sparkling with warmth. Great. How about tomorrow afternoon? Emma nodded. Tomorrow sounds perfect. As Emma left the bookstore that day, her thoughts were spinning. She couldn't believe Liam had asked her out. She had only known him for a short time, but she felt like they shared something special. She couldn't wait for tomorrow afternoon. The next day, Emma found herself walking to the cafe with a smile on her face. She was excited, but also a little nervous. What if the conversation felt awkward? What if they didn't have much to talk about? But as she walked inside, she saw Liam sitting at a small table by the window, waving at her. Hey, Emma, Liam called, standing up to greet her. I'm glad you could make it. Emma smiled, feeling the nervousness melt away. I'm happy to be here, she said, sitting down across from him. They ordered their drinks, Emma's favorite hot chocolate, and Liam chose a coffee. They sat and talked for a while, about books, the town, and their lives. Liam was easy to talk to, and Emma found herself laughing and enjoying the conversation more than she had expected. As the afternoon passed, Emma realized that she felt completely at ease with him. There was no awkwardness, no pressure, just a simple, enjoyable conversation. She couldn't remember the last time she had felt this comfortable with someone. After a while, Liam leaned back in his chair and looked at her with a thoughtful expression. I'm really glad you moved to Maplewood, Emma, he said quietly. It's been nice getting to know you. Emma smiled, feeling a warmth in her chest. I'm glad too. I wasn't sure what to expect when I came here, but meeting you has made it all feel right. Liam's eyes met hers, and for a moment they just looked at each other. There was something unspoken between them, something that felt like a promise, a beginning. When they left the cafe, Emma felt lighter than she had in days. Walking beside Liam, she realized that she was beginning to care about him more than she had thought. There was something about the way he made her feel, like she was important, like she mattered. As they said goodbye outside the cafe, Liam smiled warmly. I'm really looking forward to seeing you again, Emma. Me too, she replied, her heart fluttering. I'll see you soon. As she walked back home, Emma's thoughts raced. Could this really be the start of something special? She didn't know for sure, but she couldn't wait to find out. For the first time in a long time, she felt like everything was falling into place. The weeks passed quickly, and Emma found herself spending more and more time with Liam. Their friendship blossomed into something deeper with each meeting. They would walk through the town together, share quiet moments in the bookstore, and spend hours talking at their favorite cafe. Emma began to realize that her feelings for Liam had grown into something more than just friendship. She was falling in love with him. One afternoon, as the leaves turned golden and the air grew cooler, Liam invited Emma to a small picnic in the park. They had talked about it before, but now the idea felt like a perfect way to spend a peaceful Saturday afternoon. When Emma arrived at the park, she found Liam sitting on a blanket under a large oak tree, a basket of food beside him. He looked up as she approached, his smile lighting up his face. "You made it," Liam said, standing up to greet her. "I was starting to think you might not come." Emma smiled, her heart warming at his words. "I wouldn't miss it for the world." They sat down on the blanket, and Liam opened the basket, revealing sandwiches, fruit, and homemade cookies. They ate and talked, laughing together as they enjoyed the simple pleasure of each other's company. After a while, the conversation shifted to more personal topics. Emma felt comfortable with Liam in a way she hadn't felt with anyone in a long time. She told him about her life in the city, how busy and overwhelming it had been, how she had longed for a quieter place. Liam listened carefully, nodding as she spoke. "I'm glad you found Maplewood," Liam said softly. "It suits you. It's peaceful here, just like you." Emma's heart skipped a beat at his words. She looked at him, her feelings clear in her eyes. "I'm glad I found it too. I never thought I'd find something like this. Peace and you." Liam reached across the blanket and gently took her hand in his. His touch was warm and reassuring, and Emma felt a wave of happiness wash over her. It was the kind of happiness she hadn't known she needed, but now that it was here, she couldn't imagine her life without it. "Emma," Liam began, his voice quiet and serious. "I've been thinking a lot lately. I know we've only known each other for a little while, but I feel like I've known you forever, and I really like you a lot." Emma's heart raced as his words sank in. She had felt it too. The connection, the spark that had been growing between them. She looked into his eyes and saw the same warmth and care that she felt in her own heart. "I like you too, Liam," Emma said, her voice soft but filled with emotion. "More than I can explain." Liam smiled, his eyes shining with happiness. "I'm really glad to hear that, because I think I'm falling in love with you, Emma." The words hung in the air between them, and for a moment, everything felt perfect. The world around them seemed to disappear, leaving just the two of them in that peaceful park. Emma felt a rush of joy and warmth fill her heart. She had never expected to find love like this, not so soon, not in such an unexpected place. "I think I'm falling in love with you too, Liam," she said, her voice steady but full of emotion. Liam's smile widened, and he leaned forward, gently brushing his lips against hers. It was a soft, tender kiss, one that felt like a promise of something beautiful to come. When they pulled apart, they simply looked at each other, knowing that this was just the beginning of something special. As the sun began to set, painting the sky with soft shades of pink and orange, Emma and Liam sat together in the park, their hands intertwined. They talked about their dreams, their hopes, and the future they wanted to share. There was no rush, no pressure, just two people who had found something rare and wonderful in each other. Days turned into weeks, and their love continued to grow. They spent more time together, creating memories that would last a lifetime. Emma introduced Liam to her favorite books, and they spent quiet evenings reading side by side. They went on long walks through the town, hand in hand, enjoying the simple pleasures of life. Each moment they shared was filled with love and joy. They laughed together, supported each other, and found comfort in each other's company. Emma had never imagined that moving to a small town would lead her to the love of her life. But now, as she looked at Liam, she realized that sometimes the best things in life come when you least expect them. One evening, as they sat together in the bookstore, Liam looked at her with a serious expression. "Emma," he said, taking her hand. "I don't want to imagine my life without you in it. You make everything better." Tears filled Emma's eyes, but she smiled through them. "I feel the same way, Liam. You've changed my life in ways I never thought possible." Liam leaned in, kissing her forehead gently. "Then let's make sure we never have to be apart." As Emma looked at Liam, she knew without a doubt that this was the love she had been waiting for, the love that would fill her heart forever. And so, Emma and Liam's love story continued, growing stronger with each passing day in the small town of Maplewood, where everything felt just right.